Hi, my name is Austin Schoening. I am the Animal and Community Services Officer for North Liberty. Essentially, what Animal and Community Services means is anytime an animal gets lost, there's an animal on the loose, you're having issues with an animal that's making a bunch of noise in your neighborhood, that's something I would help with. Community Services is more in the vein of you have a vehicle that needs unlocked, motorist assist, like your car broke down on the side of the road, or if there's parking issues, that's something else that I would handle. I've also been a volunteer firefighter for the city for the last almost 9 years. I'm also a part-time dispatcher with 911 emergency for the county as well. So microchipping and registering with the city are both important. Microchipping is one of those optional things that helps you out when an animal escapes outside of the city limits and maybe a county deputy finds the animal. It will help them locate you. Microchipping is not enough though. A lot of microchip manufacturers go out of business, and then any data that you have saved on that is now null and void and not readable by the chip scanners. You can register with multiple agencies, but you still have to keep up on that throughout the pet's life. The registering with the city is one, a requirement by the city ordinances, but two, it also helps you so that we can find you quicker. It comes with a picture of your pet and where you live and how to get a hold of you. So that way, if a random dog or cat is out running loose and we pick it up, we can easily track you down and make sure we can reunite you with your family. If you are missing your pet and you can't seem to find it, the first thing you should do is call the non-emergency dispatch number, which we'll put at the bottom of the screen here. And that will let you get in touch with the dispatcher, who will take your information. And if somebody else calls in saying they found your pet, they can try to get you guys connected so you can pick up your pet. It also lets any officers in the area know that there's a missing pet. So as they're traveling around, if they find it, they know where it belongs. Outside of that, it's helpful to post onto Facebook groups like North Liberty Lost and Found Pets. There's been several success stories on that page where people have found pets and got them reunited without having me get involved at all. And the third option would be to get onto the city's website. And there is a spot on the main northlibertyiowa.org site for animals, and you can enter lost pet information there. And that way everybody who works for the city can also have that information handy in case they happen to stumble upon your lost pet. If I find a pet roaming the streets and it has no microchip, it has no registry, which does happen a lot, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust whatever resources I have to try to find where the owner is. That would include checking out the Facebook pages, the lost pages on our website. And if I'm not able to successfully find anyone after holding the animal for a few hours, I will take it up to Cedar Valley Humane Society, where they'll be able to better take care of it while the owners figure out that the pet is missing. One of the requirements registering with the city is showing proof of rabies vaccination. When we have that, we also will remind you once a year, or however's appropriate for it, to let you know that, hey, your rabies vaccination is coming up due. Make sure you get us to the new one so you actually can stay up to date on that. If you don't keep your pets up to date and get the shots before they're overdue, you can only get them once a year. If you keep them up all the time, you can go up to 3 years on a single shot. Tracking helps a lot with that. If we have, say, a wild animal that's out and about that we believe has rabies, while it's getting tested, we would want to alert the residents in the area that have pets so that they would be able to keep an eye on their dogs and cats or whatever to make sure that they aren't showing any symptoms as well. Ticks are definitely out. I found one on my miniature dachshund just the other day. They like to hide in inconspicuous places, so in the pinning of the ear, in paws, and any creases in the skin that they can get a hold of. That is important to be checking your pets outside. They don't have to be in trees. Mine happened from our backyard, so it's important to be checking them for those things and try to get them removed. If you want to keep up on it and do a preventative measure, any of your vets would be able to give you flea and tick medications that help the ticks just not want to bite your dogs or cats. Bird flu season is thankfully about over. We still are seeing some. I believe just last month I stumbled upon a Canadian goose that was showing symptoms of avian influenza. So what you'd be looking for is abnormal behavior that looks like twitching or walking in circles or inability to walk or fly correctly. And there's no obvious trauma like from getting hit by a car or something like that. If you see those things, you should definitely let us know so we can go and check on it and see if it is something that has bird flu. Those are things that do need to be put down because the survival rate is next to zero for any birds that do contract it. So if you see pets running loose, or if you have questions about what your pet is doing, I have taken several classes on animal behavior for dogs and cats. I'm certainly able to help. Give me a call anytime if you have questions about any traffic stuff or with animals.